So what we saw in the last two sessions was we used all almost all of the utilities and helpers and also many components in Bootstrap. Okay, so today we'll try to create some web page using the features that we have learned till now. Okay, so let me go to this Bootstrap examples and let me take one of them like this checkout. Okay, so we'll try to create this checkout form using Bootstrap. It may not be 100% exact, I mean exact to this one, but let's try. Okay, let's try to create this. Okay, then let me go to our folder. Okay, so let me create a new file like website.html. Yeah, so it's not possible to use all the features that we have learned till now because some website may or may not use all the features of Bootstrap, isn't it? So we'll try to use most of the features that we have learned till now. Okay, so first we can see that there is gap from both sides. That means we need to have a container, isn't it? Inside the container we have to align all these text in the middle. Okay, then we have to do this. So here what is there? Here we have a left part, here we have a right part. So we have to divide the this area into two parts. You can use row, that means a row column structure, that is the grid structure, or you can go for flex as well. Okay, then here we have all these form fields. So these are all inputs. So we have the form control class for this. Then we have checkboxes here also. We can use the form control classes. We have the form control classes for checkbox and radio buttons. Okay, here they are, what they're doing, the whole width they are dividing into two parts. That means two boxes are there, input box. That means we need to use again that a row column structure. Okay, so like that we'll do this. Okay, fine. So let's start. Let me copy the same code from the previous thing. Yeah, I can take this one. Yeah. So we need a container which will hold the whole page. Okay, let me open this file as well. Yeah, so this is our main file from that. This is our reference which we will try to create, and the output will come here. Okay, fine. So now the thing is we need a container. So the container is ready. Inside the container we need to have this checkout form text. Okay, so let me put some h3 or something. Okay, so h3, what is it? Then checkout form. Okay, so how is it looking like? It's looking like this. Now what we can do is, to this container we can add some margin top. Let's say margin top 5. Okay, now we need to center it. Now let's see, how many things are there? 1, 2, 3. Okay, fine. Now what we can do is we can apply here class is equal to text center. Okay, like this. Then what is the next thing we have? We have a paragraph like this. So I'll just copy this text and put it in a paragraph. So paragraph is this, and let's see, it's looking like this. So we can use that class equal to lead. Okay. So now how is it looking like? It's looking like this. Okay. Then if we apply text center as well, will it make any change? Yes. So this is how we can make this look like it. Okay, fine. Then we have to start this part. So this thing, so this billing address whole thing, I want to make it as a left container, and this cart, your cart, and all those things, I want to put it as a right container. Okay. So for that, I will use the row grid structure, row column structure, that is the grid structure. Okay. So let me, and this right left container is having the billing address, payment, continue to checkout button, everything. Okay. So I'll create a grid. So how do I create a grid? I need to have a div class, a div with class row. Okay. Inside that row, we'll have columns. So I'll have two columns. One column. So let's see which one is greater. So this one is a bigger bigger column, and this one is a smaller one. Okay. So let me take some ratio like so first thing we need to only see that the sum of both the column width should be 12. So what I'll do is I'll use something like 7.5. Okay, let's see that. So call 7, and the other one is call 5. Okay. Now in the call 7, we have to write all this billing address and all those things. In the call 5, we'll write only this part. Okay, we'll have only this part. Okay. Fine. So now let's start writing in the call 7. So first, what is there? There we have a billing address. Okay. So we use here something like H3. We can use H4 or H5. Okay. So H4, what is it? Billing address. Okay. then we have these forms. Okay. So forms, what we use that day? Do you remember? So for forms, we need we can create a div. We can have a label which will have class form label, and the input fields will have form control field. Okay, and if you want small field, then SM. If you want larger fields, LG. So these are normal fields. So we'll just use form control. Okay. Okay. Fine. So what is our requirement? We need two things. So here again, the total width is divided into two parts. Can you see? First name and last name. They are equal in width. So what we need to do is we need to again create a row column inside this. Okay. So we have the billing address. Now we can create a row. Class equal to row, and inside this row we will have two columns which are having same int. So either we can write both as call, or we can write both as call6. That is the same thing. Okay. So call6. Okay. So in the first call6, I need to create this. So what I can do is no need of div. We already have the div. So let me put a label. For we will write later on. So class is equal to form label, isn't it? Form label. So what is the label we are having? First name. Okay. Then we have this input field. So input type equal to text. Class will be equal to. So what is the class? That is the form control. So this is a normal form control. So we'll use only form control. Okay. Then we just need to repeat these two things again in the next call6. Because in the next call6, what do we have? We have the last name. Okay. Fine. Let's save this. Go to the browser and check how it is looking. It's looking like this. Okay. Okay. Fine. Now, what is the next thing? So this way, after first name, last name, we need to use this. We have this username. Okay. So let's create this username as well. So call6, this row is complete. We need to create a new row now. Now this new row is having only one. That means it is having total width. So we need to create only one call. So that call will be call 12. Okay. So div class equal to row, and then inside this I need to have only one call. So call 12. Okay, that's fine. Even if I don't write 12, that will work. Okay. When we have only one field, or we have two equal fields, three equal fields, four equal fields, then we don't need to mandatorily write this number. Okay. Okay, fine. So here now we have a different kind of input. Okay, it is having a button kind of thing here, as well as an input field. So what is this known as? If you refer to Bootstrap documentation, there is something called input group. Okay, so in this input group we can see this structure. So what do we need for this? We need a class called input group, and then we have this add as input group text. Okay, and then the normal input field. So I'll copy this and remove the unwanted things, like what do we don't need? We don't need this ID basic add-on. Okay, let it be there, no problem. Add text this. Okay, so I'll remove this MB3. Let's see whether we need this MB3 or not. So here what we are doing, we are using an input group class. We are having a span which is holding the symbol, and we are having this input field. Okay, with class form control. That's it. Now let's come here. Okay, so we need some gaps. So in the previous one, that is the first name last name row, this was the first name last name row, right? So here we can add the MB3. Okay, so in the same way, In this row as well, I'll use this MB3. Okay, fine. Input group, yeah, everything is fine. So now it is looking like this. Okay. Okay. Then what we have? We have another field. Save in the same way, email, address, address to. Okay. So these 3 lines, I'll just repeat it, but with no this address symbol kind of thing. Normal input fields. Okay. So this is the row. Yeah. We have to create another row. I'll have only one call. Okay. Maybe call 12. I'll put it as call 12. Just to make you understand, I'm writing call 12. Okay. It's not needed if it is only one field. Then inside the call 12, we need to have this email and all. So what was that? Yeah. This thing, we need to just paste it. So instead of first name, we need to write email optional. Okay. You can see here, this email is a black color and this is something different. Okay. So what you can do is we can use a span which will hold this optional text, and you can put some class equal to text info. Okay. So now let's check this. Oh, not text info, text secondary. Okay. So now it is having the same kind of thing. This one is black, this one is gray. Okay, fine. Then, so here is some, okay, let me reload this page. Yeah. So you can see there is some placeholder. Okay. So in the username as well, placeholder was there. So in the same way here also we have to use some placeholder. So what is the placeholder? It is saying u@example.com in the email field. Yeah, here. So placeholder is equal to u@example.com. u@example.com. Okay, fine. Now address and address too. Okay, so I'll just copy this row and paste it 2 times. So this one will be instead of email, we'll write address. Okay, address, and then 1234 main street 1234 main street in the placeholder. 1234 main street. Okay, then address to optional. So the next thing is address to and optional again in text secondary. Okay, and what is the placeholder? Apartment of suit. So I'll write here apartment of suit. Okay, so now our 3 rows are complete. This is one email, this is one address, this is address 2. Okay, save this, go to the browser and reload. So we have the address to as well. So I forgot to put that MB3 in the row. So it is sticking to each other. So let me put MB3, MB3, MB3 here as well. Okay, fine. That is done. Now what is the next thing we have? We have here something like this. What is this? Country, state, and zip. Okay. So what we can do to this thing is, this is not exactly some 50% or 50% or something. This country is less than 50%. This is more smaller. Zip is more smaller. Okay. So then what we can do? What kind of width numbers we should use? So they are using 543. Okay. So 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. So we can do like that. 543. 5 is less than 60%. That means less than 50%, because 50% will be 6. So we can use 543. So we just need to create another row after this. Class equal to row. Then we'll have 3 columns. First one is call 5. Second one is call 4. Third one is call 3. Okay. So in the call 5, what we need? We need this country and one, what is this? This is the select. Okay. So I'll put this in label and input here, and it is country here. Now see, how do we use this select box? So here you can see select. We can have select like this. This is the select. So here, what is there? Select equal to in select we have a class called form select, and nothing else. We don't need to write anything else. The remaining are all same as simple plain select tag. Only form equal to select, class equal to form select we need to write. Okay. So I'll paste it here. Instead of this input field, I'll use this select. Okay. So here, so what are the options we need? We need choose and United States. That's it. So here I'll write choose. They are writing dot 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 and United States. So I can write here India. Okay. Okay, fine. Now let's see whether it is coming as expected or not. Yeah, it is coming as expected. That is fine. Okay. So this is the main row, right? So I'll put the MB3 as well. Okay. So after this call, in the next call, what we need in the next column, we need state. Okay. And state is also this thing. So I'll just copy this part, and instead of country we'll write state, and in choose I'll give Telangana. Okay, so that's fine. So state has also come. Now what is the next thing we want? Zip. So zip is a normal input field. Okay, so we'll just copy this address field and paste it in. So in the call 3 we'll have not address, we'll have pin code. Okay, and do we have any placeholder? No. So I'll remove this placeholder. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Saturday's class is already uploaded to YouTube. you can refer to the video there. Okay, now, yeah, so pin is set. Now we can see the output there, how it is looking like. So it is looking like this. So this is the same as this one. Okay, then we have a line here. This is known as the horizontal rule. Okay, so I can just put a HR here just after this call. Not this call, after the row actually. Yeah, after this row, I can put a HR. Okay, so this will create this line. So we have this horizontal rule. Okay, fine. So what is after the line? After the line, we have some check boxes. Okay, so what do we do for checkbox? So in the same way, checkbox is only having this class called form check as a parent, and then form check input. Okay, after that we have a label, that is the this text. For that we need to use form check label. Okay, form check is the parent, form check input, and then form check label. Okay, that's it. So this thing we need to use. So before that, let me check, is there any? No, there is no division. We just need to write it simply as that. Okay, so I'll just paste it here directly. So again, this will be, I think if I put it as a row, it will be better. Okay, so after this HR, I'll create one row. So inside this row, I'll have only one column. Okay, one column, and then inside this column, I'll just have this. Is it correct if I do it like this? Yeah, fine. So div class equal to form check, input class equal to form check input, type equal to checkbox, value equal to nothing, label class equal to form check label. Okay, and what do I need to write here? Shipping address is the same as my billing address. So this text I'll just put it here. Okay, and it will look like this. Okay, fine. So and I have to create another one, right? So another form check div I need to create here. Here I need to paste this text. And here some ID is there. Where is that ID? Yeah. So this is this ID should be different. Okay. So I'll write here checkbox 1. Okay. And this ID I'll put it as checkbox 2. And the same ID should be pasted in the for attribute. Checkbox 2 and the for. Okay. Fine. Now let's see. Yeah, it is looking like this. So it is fine. So this is what we wanted. Okay. So after this, what we have in the example, again we have another HR. So after this row, which row is this? Yeah, this is the row, right? So after this row, I'll put another HR. Okay. Then what we have after this HR, we have this payment kind of thing. So for billing address, what did I write? I use H4. Okay. So here again, yeah. So this payment text will not come in the row column thing. I will create it after the payment. Okay. Okay. Fine. So you can see here this part, for this part, for this part, we can even avoid using that row column structure. But to just give you a feeling about full width rows, full width column, I'm using this row width structure. Okay. Okay, fine. So we have a payment text here. So just after the HR, what I need to create, I'll write one H4. Inside this H4, what do I need? Payment, right? Payment. Okay. After the HR H4, what do we have? We have three radio buttons. Okay. So I'll create one row here. Inside the row, we have a full width column. So that's why I'm writing call 12. Okay. Now let's see how do we write these radio buttons. So for radio buttons, just like check boxes we have, so here also we need to write form yeah, form check. Okay, we don't need to write form a radio or something. So in Bootstrap what they're doing is they're keeping these as the class as checkbox only. They're treating them as checkbox only, but what they're doing is if the class is form check input and if the type is radio, then they are doing something different. Okay, so the classes will be similar: form check input, and form check label. Okay, same things will be there. So let me just copy this and paste it here now, and I'll change this radio one, same. Oh, okay, and then ID also I'll put it as radio one. For will be radio one. Okay, then what is the text we have? Label. We have credit card, debit card, and PayPal. So I'll write here credit card, and I'll just copy this and repeat it two more times. Credit card, debit card, and what was it? PayPal. And here it was radio one. So this one I'll put it as radio two. And this one is radio 3. Okay, fine. Save this, go to the browser and reload it. So I get here credit card, debit card, and PayPal. Okay, now what was the type equal to radio? Yeah, okay, fine. So this is the single row that had the radio buttons. Now what is there? Then we have another row which is equally divided into two parts. So we'll use call 6 for name on card and credit card number. Okay. So we are just after this row, I'll create another row. So div class is equal to row, and it will have two divs, two columns. Div class equal to call 6 and another one. Okay. So in this first call 6, what do I need to have? We need to have a simple input field like this. Okay. So let me take a simple input field which we used earlier. So let's say this address, I think, okay, first name, last name, that's fine. Here I'll just paste it. So what is it? Name on card. So I'll write here name on card, and I just need to repeat this thing once again. in the call 6, next call 6. So here what is the credit card number? Okay, credit card number. Okay, fine. Now there is something here, full name as displayed on card. I think there's a class for this. That class is, let me check, the form control, disable the read only plain text. What is that thing called? Floating labels? No. Okay, let's take it here itself. No need to worry. Okay, so that is not part of forms. Okay, so this is just the small tag. So small tag we already have in HTML. Okay, so we can just put it after the input field. That's fine, and it is of gray colored text. Okay, so let me put it just after the input field, name on card. So small, here what they are writing, full name as displayed on card. So we can put it as a placeholder as well, no problem. Okay, so let's just see it, this coming below, and we can add that text secondary class. Okay, fine. Okay, and I didn't use the MB3 in all these rows, so we are getting a little bit spacing problem. So on the payment part, we need to add a margin bottom 3. Okay, other things are okay. Yeah. So where is the payment row? Yeah, this one, MB3. The same way, this row should also have, what is this? Yeah, we need one MB3 here. Okay, fine. Now let's see how it is looking like. Yeah, so everything is fine now. Now what is the next step? The next step is expiration and CVV. So here what I'll do is I'll create one row, but I'll not make it, I'll not make two columns inside it. I'll make only one column which is of width called 6. Okay, so here is a exceptional case where we don't create columns whose widths add up to 12. Here I'll put it as 6, and inside that 6 again we'll have two more columns which will have 6. Let me show you how this is done. So here after this row, I'll create another row. So div class is equal to row, and inside this row I'll have, let me put here, do I need that MB3? Yeah, I'll be needing it. So inside this row I'll have only one column which is having call 6. That's it. Okay, inside call 6 I'll again have another row. This is a nested row. Okay, so again div class equal to a row, and in this row what I'll do, I'll have two columns, these two, for expiration and CVV, because this part is divided into two equal parts. So inside this row I'll have two divs which are having call 6, and another one is also call 6. Okay, so in this call 6 we need to write those things, expiration and CVV. Okay, So I'll just put this input field here and another one here. Okay. So what is it? Expiration and CVV. That's it. Expiration and CVV. Okay. Save this. Go to the browser and reload. So we got this expiration and CVV here. Okay. Only one column. The second part is blank. Okay. Because we didn't put anything. Okay. Fine. Then we have a HR. After this row, I'll put one HR. Then what is there? We have a button. Okay. Now this button is of full width. Okay. So what do we do for that? Either we can put width 100. Okay. Let me check once. Is there any button for full width buttons? I think it will have W100. That's it. Yeah. This is the one. So they are using some D-grid gap to. Okay. No need of these things. Let me check once. BTN type, D-grid. What is this? Block buttons. Okay. Display grid they are using. Okay, no need of this one. Let me check with W100. Okay. So after this HR, what is there? After this HR, we just need to put a button. That's it. So I'll put a button. So what kind of button it will be? Class equal to BTN primary and W100. Let's see whether this will work or not. So continue to check out. Continue to check out. So the button has come. Continue to check out. Okay. So W100 is enough. W100 means width 100%, and this container is having only up width up to this part, so it is getting the total width. Okay. So that is done. Now we have to go for this right hand side part. Okay. How do we create this kind of thing? So let's see. We have already had one call 5 here. So inside this we have to write the code for the right hand side. Okay. So first thing is they're having something like this, your cart and something like this. Okay. So they're placed end to end, isn't it? So what I can do is I can use a display flex here. So let me create a div and let me write here class equal to dflex, and inside this I'll have these two things, your cart and this. So again one h4 is your cart, and this blue color text. So I'll write here class equal to text secondary, sorry, text primary. Okay. And then after the HR, we have a badge. Okay. To remember badge, we have a badge class here. So what do we write here? Span class equal to badge, BG secondary, something like that. Okay. And then a span. So we'll use a span here. It will have a class called badge. And what is the background color we need? Is blue. So BG primary. So BG primary, and some number is written there like 3. Okay. And it is of size, greater size, so I can put another HR here. Okay. Save it, go to the browser and let's check how it is looking like. It is looking like this. Okay, fine. Now we need to place it side by side. That means end to end, right? So what I'll do is I'll put dflex justify content between. Okay, it is going like this. So what we can do one thing. This gap, this container gap is very small in our case. Here the container gap is too much more. So instead of using container, we can use something else. Okay, we'll see that at the end. Okay, we'll adjust the gap at the end. Now let it be like this. And what else? Same thing. And in the badge, I think we have one more thing, something like a rounded pill. Okay, we can use this, not this rounded pill. Yeah, a rounded pill is the class. We can put this rounded pill class in our badge. Okay. Now let's see whether our pill has become, yeah, so it has become now rounded. Earlier it was a rectangular, now it is round. Okay, fine. Then what is the next thing we need? Then we have this thing, this kind of structure. So what is this structure? So this is known as list group. Okay, so we can use this list group to display that. And anything else is there in list group? So we need this kind of thing. Okay, custom content, because here we are having a title and a description. Okay, so we need this title and this description. Okay, so h5 and small, that's the thing we want. H5 is list group item heading and small is 3 days ago. Oh, no, not this small. We need to create another small below. Okay, fine, we'll do that, don't worry. So first we need to have a class called list group at the top. Okay, so just after this div deflex, we will create one list group, class equal to list group. Okay, so inside this list group, what we need, we're having this whole structure with product name, brief description, second product, brief description, third item, brief description, and we are having a price here as well. Okay, so we need some left content with two things, and a right content is some price. Okay, so this same thing we can use, no problem. So what I'll do is, so here we don't need this anchor tag. Okay, we just need this display flex kind of thing. So I'll just copy this and paste it here. So inside list group directly we can use, right? Okay. So paste it. Now here W100. So these things are all needed. Reflex W100, these are all needed. So what is our heading? Our heading is product name. Okay. So I'll just paste it. And here what is written, $12. So I'll use this $12 here. And then we have to go for this brief description. This is the next line. Okay, so after the deflex is completed, we need to have a small something like this, and here we need to add what text? Brief description. Okay, so after the deflex, I'll use this part and I'll write brief description. Okay, okay, fine. So this is the thing we need to repeat. So inside the list group, we have this, and okay, fine. Let's save this, go to the browser and reload it. So it is coming like this, but there are no borders. So For the border, what do we need to do? List group item. It should have a class called the list group item. Otherwise, border will not come. So we can put this in another div. List group item. Okay. Yeah. So this is fine now. So the same thing we need to repeat it. This list group item, we just need to repeat it again and again. So how many list group item we need? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And we can see the items. Now we just need to change the text. Okay. So what is the next item? Second one is second product, brief description, $8. So brief description is still there. Second product in $8. You just need to write second product $8. What is it? This one. Second product and $8. Then third product, third item $5, and then something else. Third item $5. Bridge description is still there. Then we need promo code, and all these things will be in green color. So this one is the promo code. So what I need to do, in the H5, I just need to add a text success. Okay. And minus $5. Okay. Minus $5. And here example code. And these all will be in text success. So small class is also text success. And this one is also text success. Okay. And now let's check. Yeah. So promo code, example code minus this. And what is the last one? Last one is total USD. And we don't need this small part. That is, we don't have anything below the total USD. So I just write here total USD. And what is the total? $20. Okay. But we don't need this small text. Okay. So let's save it and reload it. So this is what we wanted, isn't it? Total USD and $20. And this is some kind of bold kind of thing. So I'll check how to do that bold. So I think there is some class called FW bold. Yeah, so it is bold now. That means font weight bold. Okay. Okay, fine. now we have another box here. So this is not a box actually this is a card, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so this is just a card with some padding, and inside that we are having just this kind of button. Okay, so in the input fields, I think we have a button like that. No, let me check. What is that? Promo code redeem. So what is this? Input group, and they're using input and a button. That's it. Okay. No problem. So we need some gap here, some kind of margin here. So I'll put some margin there, list group item. What is it? List group. So I'll use MB3 here as well. And then we'll create that card. So I have a card here. Class equal to card and some padding as P2. And inside that, you just need to have an input group. So I'll just copy it from here. Okay. The input group. Yeah. So in the input group, I don't need any labels, isn't it? I just need one text and one button. So here I have this input group, but I don't have this span. I don't need this. I need this input field. And after the input field, I need one. So I don't need these things. Do we have a placeholder there? Yeah, we have a placeholder called promo code. Promo code. And then I can remove all these things. Then after the promo code, I just need to add a button. What is that button? It is a redeem. So class is equal to btn secondary, and here it should be written redeem. Okay, save this, go to the browser and reload. We got that thing, but there's just some kind of gap below. What is that gap? So we are having in the input group, we are having MB3. So I just need to remove that. Okay, fine. Now it is fine. So I guess everything is done. We just need to maintain the gap here. That's it, isn't it? Yeah. So what I did here was I applied some margin at the top MT5. So I'll make it as MY5. So it will get margin from both top and bottom. Okay. Yeah. So now it is fine. Anything else is left? Your cart. Okay, this gap should be more. This gap is very less. So after the P tag, I just need to increase the gap. So where is that? This is the paragraph. Okay. In the paragraph, I'll use MB5. Okay. Now the gap is okay. And anything else? First name, last name, username, u@example.com, address 2. Okay, everything is fine. So I just need to maintain this extra gap. Okay. So what I can do for that? So I'm using container, isn't it? So instead of container, I can use something else. So for that, so directly by Bootstrap, it won't be possible maybe. If I put a custom gap, custom margin, then it can be possible. Okay, they're using a row and all those things. Okay, no need of all those things. So G5. Okay. So they are using a row with gutter 5. So there is something called gutter. This will not work. Okay, I'll put a custom margin here. So instead of container, what I can use is I can use some other class, like maybe more. So this class is not there in Bootstrap. Okay, so I can put it at the top like this for now. Style tag. Inside the style tag, I can write mx-more, and I can put the margin left, right. Okay. So margin, the top is 0. Top and bottom I can put it as 0, and on the left and right side okay, something like this. Okay, I hope this is fine. So these containers, whatever we are having, these row columns, these are all flexible. That means they are responsive. So what happens is, even if I give the margin, keep on increasing the margin, it will not look anything bad. It will always reserve the, that is preserve the width of the content. Okay, so if I write here 100, it will adjust to the 100 px from both sides. If I write here 200 px, it will automatically adjust the width. They won't get distorted. Okay, the shapes will not be affected. And if I put here 300, I think this 300 is enough for us. Okay, okay, that's fine. That's it for this session. Okay, okay then.